Listen carefully. Your main mistake is that you believe in goodness as a strategy. You call it love, you call it loyalty, you call it decency. But in the cold light of reality, it's neither. It's self-destruction wrapped in moral justification. The truth is that not everyone can be saved. Moreover, not everyone wants to be saved. There are people who don't look for a help. They look for an anchor. And when you reach out to them, they won't come out of the water. They'll pull you down. Their lines use your body as a raft, while you slowly sink in the chaos of their own making. You know who I'm talking about. You've met them. You may be bleeding for one of them right now. Today, we're going to perform surgery on your conscience. We're going to cut through the rotten tissue of blind kindness. This isn't about cruelty. This is about survival. It's about saving your power for those who truly deserve it. But be careful. When you see human nature through this lens, you will never return to the comforting lies of ignorance. Why do you do this? Why do you run into a burning building when the person inside lit the match themselves? Because you were programmed to believe that your value is tied to your usefulness. You believe that kindness is measured by how much pain you endure for others. You think that saying no is an act of betrayal. Machiavelli would call this strategic suicide. Energy is a finite resource. Power is finite. Time is finite. When you pour your resources into a black hole, you are not just wasting them. You are actively financing the destruction of your own future. Imagine a ship. It has limited space, limited supplies. If you take everyone on board, the sick, the insane, the saboteurs, the ship will not become a refuge. It will sink, and then everyone will die, including the innocent, including you. To save the ship, you must be ruthless about who you let onto the deck. This is the concept of therapeutic darkness. The understanding that sometimes the greatest act of love is to let someone hit the bottom. Because the bottom is the only place where illusion breaks. The bottom is the only place where they are forced to stand up or stay down. When you save them, you steal their lesson. You interrupt the natural law of cause and effect. Now specifics. 6 types of people. First, cut off like a surgeon, smear away decisions like a butcher. The first type, the architect of chaos. Machiavelli warned against associating with failures, not because of superstition, but because of observation. Some people are not victims of fate. They are architects of their own destruction. You know this person. Every time you talk to them, there is a new tragedy. A firing, a broken car, a partner's betrayal, an eviction, a merciless stream of misfortunes. At first your heart bleeds. You think, how can one person suffer so much? You intervene. You lend money. You give advice. You connect them with opportunities. A week, maybe a month silence. Then chaos returns. The job you found them was lost because the boss was against them. The money you lent disappeared into a new emergency. Listen to me carefully. Failure is contagious. This is not magic. This is psychology. Chronically unlucky people are people who lack judgment, discipline, and self-awareness. They make impulsive decisions, ignore red flags, provoke people, lazy in thinking, careless in action. But here is the trap. They never take responsibility. It is always the world doing something to them. It is always bad luck. If you try to save an architect of chaos, you invite their chaos into your life. You become part of their collateral damage. Leverage works both ways. When you tie your boat to a sinking ship, physics does not care about your good intentions. You go down with them. Why do they do this? Because chaos gives them attention. Chaos frees them from the need to work. If they are always the victim, they never need to be the winner. Stop being their umbrella. Step back. Let the rain fall on them. Let them get wet. Let them freeze, because only the cold will force them to understand that they must build their own roof. If you continue to protect them, you are only a supplier of their incompetence. And eventually their failure will become your failure. Keep your distance. Protect your peace. The infection of misfortune spreads through contact. Apply quarantine from the architect of chaos. The second type, the most painful to cut off. This is the bottomless pit. This is the person who demands your help, consumes your help, and then resents you for it. Machiavelli wrote about the changeable nature of gratitude. People quickly change their nature when their interests change. An ungrateful person suffers from a deep wound called selfish entitlement. They do not perceive your kindness as a gift. They perceive it as a debt you owe them. Look at the pattern. The first time you help, they are generous with gratitude. Thank you, you saved me. I do not know what I would do without you. You feel good. The hook is set. The second time they ask with less weight. You help again. They thank you but shorter. Less eye contact. The third time they do not ask, they expect. And if you delay, if you hesitate, they get irritated. A passive-aggressive comment, I thought friends help friends. This is a bottomless pit. Nothing you give will ever be enough to fill the emptiness inside them. Because this emptiness is not a lack of resources, it is a lack of character. The bottomless pit functions on a mechanism of gratitude deficit. They consume emotional capital faster than you can produce it. This is energy vampirism in its pure form. Cut off the supply. Immediately. No explanations. No justifications. Simply disappear from their orbit. They will try to manipulate. They will say you have changed. The correct answer, yes, I learned to value my energy. Movement in the shadows. Scarcity of presence. Results are the only scoreboard. You are not obligated to explain why you no longer allow yourself to be used. When you apply strategic ruthlessness to these categories, a transformation occurs. You become invisible. People can no longer predict your actions. You move outside their expectations. You become dangerous, not through aggression, through impenetrability. You are a wall against which manipulation breaks. You become untouchable. Your energy now belongs to you. Your time is yours. Your strength concentrates on those who multiply it, not drain it. This is an emotional shield. This does not mean you become cold. This means you become selective. Your kindness now has an economy. It goes to those who deserve it, who multiply it, who return it. Machiavelli wrote that a person who tries to be good all the time is doomed among many who are not good. Compassion without limits is not a virtue. It is a fatal flaw. If you have listened this far, you are no longer who you were at the beginning. You saw the mechanism. You saw the system. Now the choice is yours. You can return to comforting lies. Continue bleeding for those who turn your blood into their convenience. Or you can become the architect of your own life. Quiet power is the strongest power. Become the architect. Or remain material in someone else's game. The choice was always yours. When you help such a person, you create a dangerous dynamic. You become the master, and they become dependent. And human nature is such that people hate those they depend on. Dependence breeds contempt. Deep inside, they hate you because your strength reminds them of their weakness. Your generosity highlights their inability to provide for themselves. So they take your money, they take your time, and secretly sharpen the knife to stab you in the back. Have you ever noticed that the people you helped the most often speak the worst about you when you are not around? That is why Machiavelli advises that if you must help, do it in a way that does not create permanent dependence. Or even better, do not help at all if you sense the rot of selfish entitlement. How do you recognize them? Test them. Say no to a small request. The reaction to refusal will tell you everything you need to know about a person's character. A healthy person respects your boundary. A bottomless pit will react with anger, guilt, manipulation, or sudden coldness. They will try to punish you for turning off the tap. If you see such a reaction, run. Do not walk, run. You cannot save someone who believes the world owes them. You will pour your life essence into them, and they will look at you with dead eyes and ask, is that all? Do not cast your pearls before swine. They will trample them and then tear you to pieces. The third type, the smiling saboteur. Now we descend into darker territory. The first two types drain you through incompetence or selfish entitlement. This third type drains you through malice. Machiavelli knew that envy is the most destructive force in any court, any business, any circle of friends. The smiling saboteur is often the person closest to you. This is the friend who was with you from the very beginning. This is the colleague who started at the same level as you. But then you grew, you succeeded, you improved, and they stayed the same. They cannot bear it, but they are smart. They do not attack you openly. Open enemies are easy. You see their swords. The smiling saboteur hides the dagger behind a smile. They want to save you from your own ambitions. Listen to how they speak to you when you share good news. I got a promotion. Oh really, that's great. But the working hours, they're terrible, right? You will burn out. I'm just worrying about you. I met someone amazing. Nice. Just be careful. You know how you get your hopes up. I do not want to see you get hurt again. Do you hear it? Subtle poison. Fake concern. They disguise their envy in the language of protection. They try to plant seeds of doubt in your mind. They want to lower your confidence, so you fall back to their level. Machiavelli warned that people are so simple and so ready to obey urgent needs that the one who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. An envious person wants to save you from success, because your success is a mirror that reflects their failure. If you try to pull them up, if you try to save them by lifting them to your level, they will subconsciously or consciously sabotage the journey. They will create drama right before your important meeting. They will give you bad advice. They will reveal your secrets to your competitors. They do not want you to win. You cannot save an envious person. Envy is an incurable disease of the soul. It eats the vessel that contains it. The only way to deal with the smiling saboteur is the law of concealment. Hide your victories, hide your joy, hide your plans. Machiavelli advises silence. Do not give them ammunition of your happiness when you are around them. Be boring, be uninteresting, be the one who is struggling. How is business? You know, working hard. Feed them the misery they crave and save your victories for those who truly wish you well. If you try to save them, if you try to fix their insecurity with your love, you are hugging a suicide bomber. They will blow up the bridge you are building just to watch you fall into the abyss. Never let them know your next move. Never let them know your true strength. Stop for a moment. Breathe. I know this is hard. I know faces are flashing in your mind right now. Names you did not want to say out loud. You feel guilt rising. The voice in your head says, but they need me. But I am different. But I can change them. Kill that voice. That voice is not your conscience. That voice is your ego. It is your arrogance that thinks you are powerful enough to rewrite human nature. You are not God. You are a human with a limited battery. If you continue plugging into these machines that run on pain, will die spiritually, mentally, and eventually physically. Stress kills. Betrayal kills. We have 3 types left. And these next 3 are the ones that manipulate your deepest vulnerabilities. They are the ones that leave the deepest scars. Prepare yourself. We are going deeper into the labyrinth. The 4th type, the professional victim. We arrive at the most deceptive creature in the dark forest of human psychology. This type does not come to you with a knife. They do not come to you with arrogance. They come to you on their knees. The professional victim. Machiavelli understood power better than anyone in history, and he knew that power comes into forms fear and compassion. The tyrant uses fear, but the weak use compassion. And compassion is a drug that bypasses your logical brain and injects itself directly into your emotional center. You must understand this difference. There are victims of circumstances, and there are professional victims. A real victim wants to escape their pain. A professional victim wants to farm their pain. They cultivate it, decorate it. They wear their trauma like a crown of thorns, demanding that you bow before their suffering. They weaponize their fragility. I cannot do this because I am depressed. You are hurting me by asking me to take responsibility. The world is too harsh for someone as sensitive as me. If you try to save this person, you enter a game, not win, because saving them would mean taking away their identity. If they heal, they lose their excuse. If they become strong, they lose the attention their weakness guarantees. So they will fight your solutions. You offer a ladder. They say their hands are too tired. You offer a rope. They say it burns their hands. You offer to pull them out. They go limp, make themselves heavier, forcing you to carry their dead weight. Machiavelli would warn you that the one who relies on the pity of others builds his house on sand. But you, the rescuer, build your house in a swamp. Every time you save them, you affirm their helplessness. You teach them that being broken is courtesy. You pay them to stay sick. And here is the darkest part. The moment you stop, the moment you say, "I can no longer carry you," the lamb becomes the wolf. The professional victim will attack you with a fury that will shock you. They will paint you as the villain. They will tell the world that you abandoned them. They will rewrite the story so that your exhaustion looks like cruelty. They need a villain to complete their story. And by trying to be their hero, you audition for the role of the villain when you inevitably fail. Do not play this role. Compassion for the professional victim is not love. It is masochism. It is a refusal to respect the dignity of their own agency. You must allow them to fall. You must allow them to face the emptiness without your hand. Because only when the audience leaves does the actor stop performing. The fifth type, the arrogant fool. The fifth type is the enemy of wisdom, the enemy of growth, and if you are not careful, the enemy of your sanity, the arrogant fool. This is not simply someone who lacks intelligence. Ignorance can be cured with knowledge. This is someone who refuses to know. Someone who is in love with their own opinion, even when that opinion is destroying their life. Machiavelli had a strict rule for princes. A prince who is not wise himself cannot be wisely advised. What he meant was that you cannot teach someone who believes they are already God. You see this person making the same mistakes over and over again. They choose the wrong partners. They invest in scams. They start fights they cannot finish. You, with your good heart and clear eyes, see the cliff they are walking toward. You run to them. You say, "Stop. Look at the map. Look at the data. You are going to fall." And what do? Do they thank you? No. They mock you. They argue. They debate. They tell you that you don't understand. They perform elaborate mental gymnastics to prove that the sky is green and the ground is made of clouds. Why are you wasting your breath? Understand this ruthless lesson. You cannot use logic to pull someone out of a position they did not use logic to get into. The arrogant fool does not want truth. He wants validation. And when you offer him truth, he perceives it as an attack on his ego. In trying to save them from their ignorance, you become their enemy. You become the embodiment of the reality they are trying to deny. So they will attack you. They will call you arrogant. They will mock your intelligence. They will drag you into endless circular arguments that drain your spirit and leave you exhausted. And the worst part, when they finally fall off that cliff, and they will not learn. They will blame the wind. They will blame their shoes. They will blame you for distracting them. Stop trying to be a teacher to those who have no desire to be students. It is arrogance on your part to think you can force wisdom into a closed mind. Machiavelli offers a colder approach: silence. Let reality be their teacher. Reality is a harsh instructor. It does not argue. It does not debate. It simply delivers consequences. When the arrogant fool speaks, do not correct him. Do not debate him. Just nod and say, "Interesting," then step back. Watch the catastrophe from a safe distance. Protect your intellect. Do not dull your blade trying to cut stone. Save your wisdom for those who ask for it, for those who have the humility to say, "I do not know. Help me." The arrogant fool must be left to the mercy of the world. It is the only thing strong enough to crack his armor. The sixth type, the scorpion, and now the final type, the one that breaks the hearts of the most loyal people. The repeater of history, the scorpion. There is an ancient fable. A scorpion asks a frog to carry him across a river. The frog says, "No, you'll sting me, and I will die." The scorpion replies, "Why would I do that? Then we would both drown." The frog agrees, seeing the logic. Halfway across, the scorpion stings the frog. As they both sink, the frog gasps, "Why? The scorpion replies, "It is my nature." There are people in this world whose nature is to betray, whose nature is to destroy. This is the sixth type, the person you have forgiven 1,000 times. They betray you, you forgive them. They steal from you, you forgive them. They lie to your face, you forgive them. Why? Because they cry. Because they promise, "I have changed." They say, "I swear to God, this is the last time. I am going to therapy. I am going to church. I am different now." And you want to believe them. You want to believe in redemption. You want to be the saint who saved the sinner. But Machiavelli warns, people never change their nature. Behavior is a pattern. Character is a pattern. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. When you save the scorpion from the consequences of its sting, you are not helping it evolve. You are interfering with its data. You are teaching it that it can sting and still survive. You are training it to hurt you. Every time you take them back, you lose a piece of your self-respect. And they respect you less as well. How can they respect someone who treats themselves so poorly? They do not see your forgiveness as mercy, but as permission. If they took me back after what I did X, they will take me back after what I do Y. You look for the good in them, but you ignore the shadow that is consuming them. Machiavelli advised princes to beware of those who betrayed others, because they will inevitably betray you as well. Loyalty is not a decision, it is a habit. Betrayal is not a mistake, it is a habit. If you are dealing with a repeater, you must perform the hardest act, amputation. You cannot slowly reduce contact. You cannot be friends at a distance. You must cut it off completely and permanently. It will hurt. It will feel like cutting off your own arm. But that arm is gangrenous. If you leave it, the poison will reach your heart, and you will die. The scorpion cannot be saved. It can only be avoided. Accept its nature. Believe them the first time they show you who they are. Stop projecting your conscience onto a predator. Now you see them, 6 faces of destruction. The failure, the ungrateful, the envious, the fool. The scorpion, you see them in your phone contacts. You see them at your dinner table. And now you feel the weight, because you understand that to walk this path, you must make a choice that will make you look bad in the eyes of the weak. You will be called selfish. You will be called Machiavellian, good. Wear these titles as armor, because what they call selfishness, the wise call self-preservation. What they call coldness, the wise call clarity. You must transition from rescuer to ruler. The rescuer sacrifices himself to light a fire for others, burning until he turns to ash. The ruler builds a lighthouse. He stands high. He shines the light, but he does not jump into the waves. Those who want to be saved will swim toward the light. Those who want to drown will drown in the darkness. But the lighthouse remains. This is the final lesson. You are not responsible for the souls of other people. You are responsible for the vessel that carries your own. When you stop trying to save those who cannot be saved, something strange happens. You reclaim your energy. You reclaim your time. Your anxiety disappears. Your finances improve. Your health returns. You begin to build an empire of your own calm, and in that calm, you find the strength to help the few who truly deserve it. Those who take your advice, those who return your loyalty, those who grow when you water them. This is real power. Not the power to endure suffering, but the power to choose who is worthy of your time. Machiavelli wrote that everyone sees what you appear to be. Few truly know what you are. Let the world see the calm, untouched surface. Let them think whatever they want, but deep inside, know that you have mastered the hardest art of all, the art of letting go. But be careful. When you cut these people off, when you rise in power and silence, you'll face the final enemy, the most dangerous of all, because when the parasites are gone, you will be alone in the room, and you will have to look in the mirror. And you may realize that the person you were trying to save all this time was simply a projection of the part of yourself that you have not yet healed. What if the weakness is not only out there? What if it is in you? That is a shadow for another time. If this opened your eyes, Understand this. This is only what I can show publicly. There are videos I cannot upload for everyone. There are aspects of dark psychology I simply cannot discuss publicly on YouTube without censorship or demonetization. The algorithm suppresses the most powerful information. They exist behind the join button. If you are still here, you are not like the others. Subscribe if you have not already. But if you want what is hidden, click the join button and enter the architect level. You will unlock exclusive, uncensored videos that dive into the deepest parts of the human psyche. Most will not do this. That is the point.